Today I wanted to have a little bit of fun with you guys and go over another set of the weirdest facts that I could find about Colorado Springs. So I decided to look through all your comments on the last video I made. If you haven't seen that, go watch it after this. And in the last video I made, there was a lot of locals who commented really interesting things that I wanted to include in this video, and did some research to really compile a list of what I think are some super interesting facts. If you're new here, my name is Ben, and in this channel we make videos about what it's like to live and move to the Colorado Springs area. Also, we are a team of realtors, so would love to earn your business. So if you are getting some value out of these videos, go ahead and give us a call or a text. And once you reach out, we can go ahead and set up like a phone call or a Zoom call. That way we can go over our process and kind of see how we can help. Hopefully you can see with the cat. So like I was saying, I went ahead and went through all the comments that you guys posted on the last video that I made similar to this, and wanted to really compile some of the ones that I think should be highlighted. And then I went ahead and did some research and made a list of what I think are even better facts. So just jumping straight into it, crazy fact number one is the Corral Bluffs fossil discovery. So in May of actually this year, some researchers from the Denver Museum of Nature and Science announced that they had actually found a new species of mammal. And it wasn't just like any species of mammal. This was a new species of mammal that was dated back like 65.6 million years ago. So it was right after the big extinction event of the dinosaurs 66 million years ago. So this mammal that they found was like almost chinchilla sized. And here's some like pictures of what they maybe thought it could have looked like. But essentially it was like a hoofed, almost like chinchilla deer type thing. So super interesting. And they actually found this just east about 20 minutes of the Colorado Springs airport, between Colorado Springs and Ellicott. And apparently it helped provide like some clues as to how mammals diversified after the extinction event. And not gonna try to pronounce it, but here's the name of the dinosaur. Let me know in the comments if you know how to pronounce this. So crazy fact number two, there is actually a neighborhood in Colorado Springs that was built on top of an abandoned coal mine. So the Pikeview coal mine, not to be confused with the Pikeview quarry, which was a big quarry that they had in Colorado Springs, was located in the modern day Rock Rimmon area. So this coal mine was operational from like the late 1800s till like 1957. And this wasn't like just any coal mine. This was a massive coal mine. So this coal mine employed like 300 people and provided over half the area's supply of coal. And so as you can probably expect, one of the cons of building over a coal mine is there can be some structural instability. And so in parts of Rock Rimmon, areas just south of like Vindicator, this road here, have seen some extra instability. So I did find a map that kind of lays out like which areas see some sort of instability, but do know there are some kind of odd happenings in this area, and it does extend past I-25 to like the southern portion of like the Palmer Park area near UCCS. And don't get me wrong, most of this area you can kind of see on this map is not like a big concern, but there are legitimate people who have had like foundational issues in this kind of southern region of Rock Rimmon. So it's definitely something to note. I feel like having grown up here, I had no idea that they had built Rock Rimmon on a old coal mine. So the coal mine, the Pikeview, was actually located where the present day Pro Rodeo Hall of Fame is, right here. And I just honestly feel like not many locals even know this. So if you are local watching, let me know if I've just been in the dark all this time. All right, crazy fact number three was one that I found through the comments of the last video. So thank you to the person who commented. And that's gonna be that part of Garden of the Gods is actually hollow, or maybe it's hollow. So in the late 1800s, there was an explorer who found a cave system or a cavern within the rock that is Kissing Camels. And supposedly it was this massive cave that he said was like 15 feet wide by 200 feet long and like 100 feet high. And they found this cave. Like, it's a legit thing. And in the following years into the early 1900s, this cavern was essentially forgotten about, and kind of overgrowth just hid the entrance to this cavern. But in the 1930s, they rediscovered it and explored it and found that there was actually like writing and everything inside this cave. And so every like 30 years it gets closed off and kind of reintroduced, and people try to petition to open the cave back up. And I even found like a video from 2015. I don't want to show it for like copyright reasons, but there was someone like exploring the cave, so you can look it up. This cave or cavern is called Spauldings Cavern, and personally I had no idea this was a thing until the comments on my last video. So curious if you knew this one too. Alright, so fact number 4, the popular notion that Colorado Springs has 300 days of sunshine. It's actually a myth that dates back to the late 1800s. So the first origins of this myth came from a New York newspaper in the late 1800s, basically incentivizing people to move out west. So it wasn't written by like a journalist or anything, it was actually written by the railroad company to incentivize people, moving out west. So this was essentially just a marketing strategy to have people relocate into some unclaimed, kind of harsher land out west that not many people, or not that many people, were moving to at the time. And at the time too, there was not really much way for them to measure how much sunshine Colorado Springs got, and the way that they were defining what was sunny and what was not was kind of iffy. But in general, it's going to be closer to about 250 days of sunshine, and that's not just like sunny the entire day with blue skies. That's like partly overcast days are still defined as sunny. So no, you may be thinking Colorado Springs is sunny every day. It's definitely not. It's just sunnier compared to a lot of parts of the country. So fact number 5 may be obvious for a lot of locals, but anyone who's thinking about moving to Colorado Springs, this one may come as a little surprise. So over the recent years, Colorado as a whole has been more of a blue state, and you may think that that would be the case for Colorado Springs. And I honestly hate kind of bringing up politics in my channel, but I do think it's super interesting, just kind of setting proper expectations. So Colorado Springs in the last election voted about 54 to 42, leaning more to the right. And with that, there are some things that you maybe wouldn't expect, like recreational weed. So if you think of Colorado, you probably think of recreational weed, and that's actually not the case in Colorado Springs. So city ordinances actually don't allow the sale of recreational weed, which has places like Manitou Springs and Pueblo economically benefiting from this kind of city ordinance. And honestly, I didn't know that until looking at the comments of my last video. So here's kind of like a map politically how Colorado kind of sits in general, and you can kind of see here that El Paso County, so the county that Colorado Springs is located in, typically is a little bit more red than places like Denver. So that kind of does it for the top 5 facts that I could find this go round. Let me know in the comments what your favorite fact was, or if you knew all of these, go ahead and give yourselves big pat on the back. As always, if you've made it this far in the video, go ahead and subscribe and like it so that other people can also find it. And if you're moving here, go ahead and give us a call or a text. We'd love to hear from you.